Hey, what's up?
I thought we were watching horror movies, Austin.
Hey, I thought this was a horror movie. It said dark fantasy, so I thought it was close enough. But that's not the point. I need to bring up something serious. Wait, you alright?
Okay, sure.
So, as you know, I love me some Transformers, right? I love me some giant robots, right?
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna give you 3 names, alright? And I want you to put them in order, okay?
Okay.
Transformer War for Cybertron trilogy. Transformer Prime trilogy. Transformer Prime Wars trilogy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I gave you, if you were to put them in order, how would you put them in order?
We're going by in terms of like, first one came out the first one is chronologically
right. If you were to
the first.
Put these in order, how would you put them in order?
Wouldn't it be War for Cybertron, because that's kind of the main event that kind of kicks everything off, and then they go into
right.
Then because with the way you say Prime and then Prime Wars, I would think Prime would be second and then Prime Wars would be third, right?
You're right. You would think that, William. You would think that'd be the case. And you would also think that because I said the word trilogy at the end of every single one.
Right.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Except here's the thing. You're a fucking idiot and you're wrong. None of those titles are connected to each other in any way.
Wait, they're Transformers, right? So how are they not connected?
No, wait, all those subtitles are not related to each other from any narrative standpoint.
Okay, so Transformers War for Cybertron.
Each of them are their own works with their own internal trilogy within that series.
Okay.
So it's not a trilogy that's composed of Transformers War for Cybertron, then Transformers Prime, and then Transformer Prime's War. No, it's called Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy because it's composed of 3 stories within it, and it's the same thing for the other 2.
There was a point of the one being called Prime and then Prime Wars. That would indicate a relation, wouldn't it?
It is the worst fucking. Can you just imagine someone's like thinking, "Oh man, do I need to watch Transformers Prime before I watch Transformer Prime Wars?" Right? But both of them are called trilogy. What's the third one? Where does Transformer War for Cybertron fit into this trilogy? Nonsense. Right?
Oh my god!
It doesn't. It's all non-sequential. It's like the worst It's like the worst advertising scheme ever, right? It's how they get you to watch the stupid Transformer media. Which, by the way, I am currently at Transformers War for Cybertron season 2 of 3. By the way.
Oh my god! Oh wait, so is it not just because of my understanding, War for Cybertron is a video game, right?
Yes.
Wait, is it related into the? And are you watching a collection of cutscenes and gameplay?
No. There is an actual Transformers series called War for Cybertron, which is unrelated to Transformers War for Cybertron, the video game, which is a prequel to Transformer Prime.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so headache-inducing. What the fuck?
I found out that Transformers it turns out the Michael Bay's Transformer lore isn't the dumbest fucking Transformer lores on Earth. It is Hasbro mismanagement up to Transformers lore. And it's the dumbest fucking thing on Earth. So this is as far as I can figure it out. Transformer Prime, Transformer Prime's War, and Transformers War for Cybertrons are not related to each other in any way. Each one is their own unique telling of the Transformers storyline, okay? And that's the reason they're called trilogies. They are all composed of their own trilogy within each media franchise.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's fucking confusing as shit.
Oh.
I don't.
What do you mean?
I can't anymore. I can't. No, we're done. This is me. I'm dying. I'm signing off, boys. Goodbye.
You're talking. Hey, look. Hey, it's just like how Optimus Prime died in Transformers Prime War Season 2, just for him to come back as Optimus Primal in Season 3 of Transformer Prime War.
Well, of course. Fucking.
Except he comes back as a gorilla and not a truck.
Oh God. No! I forgot that was the whole thing! And they're gonna adapt it too! Oh my God.
Hey, Transformers is just a fucking horrible, mismanaged media franchise, it turns out. Because right now I'm going through all the Transformers. I'm going through Transformers. I finished Transformer Prime's War earlier this week. I finished Transformer Prime... I finished Transformer Prime... Fuck! Holy shit, I'm already confused. I finished Transformer Prime earlier this week. I finished Transformer Prime's Wars yesterday. All of it. All 3 seasons. Because they're all short web episodes, it turns out. Oh. And right now I am watching Transformers War for Cybertron, which are full-length episode release.
Oh my God. Alright.
Yeah. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot to think about it if you're just trying to watch Transformers. I realize I want to watch some Transformers. I love me some Transformers and some fucking robots, right?
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't. I already thought that Transformer Prime trilogy, Transformer Prime War trilogy, and Transformer War for Cybertron were all interconnected. It turns out they just weren't. And then he says that I was just like a fucking idiot. All right.
So. How does that relate to what we're talking about today?
Oh, nothing. I just want to rant about Transformers and how fucking mismanaged the Transformer fucking license is.
Oh my God.
There's no look like the Transformers series. This is not interconnected in any sense. All right.
Oh God. This is. You know what? I guess I'll welcome to to the SPOILERCAST.
Spooky Ween, William.
It's not even Spooky Ween. We're watching a movie that's about a monster that's not even a horror
thing. Up. This has been released as Spooky Ween because we thought this was a movie that would be appropriate to be released as Spooky Ween or Spooktember or Spooktongus.
You only saw the one scene where the kid was apparently gonna be eaten, and you're like, you know what? That's horrifying enough as it is.
I thought this was a look. The Wikipedia says dark fantasies, and I assume that's good enough. Dark fantasy relates to horror, alright? It's close enough.
No. Oh my God.
Right? I literally just went off the Wikipedia description of dark fantasy, and I was like, alright, that's good enough for us to put on this year's watch list for Spooky Ween.
Sure.
Boy, it'd be real funny if none of the movies we watch this year are related to Spooky to Halloween in any sense.
There's tangential because we think it's horror. We're like, oh, look, whoops, it's not horror.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to A Monster Calls, by the way. A movie that none of us knew existed, that neither of us knew existed. Even though it stars a pretty good cast list of people we know.
Honestly, and it's like, it's like, okay, to get this out of the way real quick, because it's very well acted. It has a very good cast. Like, everyone's perfect for a role in this fucking movie, man. It's fucking astonishing.
Yeah. I literally found this movie by accident when we were looking for movies to watch for Spooky Ween. Right? I was like, hey, did you know there was a horror movie? There's another horror movie involving Sigourney Weavers. Right? Right? I was like, yeah, this is not a horror movie involving Sigourney Weaver.
I can kind of see why you would think that, but not at all. Not at all. Yeah. Dark fantasy is an appropriate term, but it's a dark movie with fantastical elements is more the way it goes. Because, my God, this is a fucking, if you are not prepared, I swear to God, this movie will make you cry if you're not prepared for it. Because
I didn't know what I was expecting when I watched this movie because I was coming into this, right? Because as we say, spooky. I thought it was some weird horror monster movie or some shit, right? I was like, okay, all right, because even if you look at the fucking poster, right, the theatrical release poster, you see this sleeping child and this giant hand on it. I was like, all right. That's all right. That's all right. This poster has me intrigued. I'll watch it. Boy, this movie is not what you expect in the end.
It's you don't expect it, but it's a really good movie. I'm just kind of surprised at it. You know, I didn't expect anything too much. This was Netflix, right? It's not Netflix.
Was it?
I wanted to say it was Netflix. It feels like something I would get from Netflix, but it's not. It is, well, okay, so internationally it's distributed by Lionsgate. Also, Universal Pictures distributed it for Spain. Distribution is weird.
Also, this movie apparently originally came out in October, so they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh my god. Okay, let's get into the Wikipedia article. To explain the plot for our people who listen to this. I don't know, man.
Hey, look, someone in 2021 is gonna be like, boy, I wonder if anyone has talked about a Monster Call in 2021 yet, and is uploading the video in October as well.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm eating something. I'm a little hungry. But like fucking, they just look at like, oh look, perfect. This random obscure channel that that's kind of in the corners of the internet, which is us.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Boy, they talk a lot about political commentary for some fucking reason.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, and it's like, wait, what is the storyline about vampires, sock puppets, Cannibal Gary? Who's that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm sure Cannibal Gary is doing really well this October, alright? He told me he had big plans this month. Don't know what it is. He hasn't gave me any update. He's like, hey, don't worry, hey, look, I was like, he's told me he's gonna be very busy all month. I was like, alright, Cannibal Gary, I'll see you next time. Yeah. I'll see you in November.
Yeah, I had the same call, and it was just like, he told me to, like, eat all this food that he delivered right at my doorstep. That's a lot of food, and he said to eat it all before the invite date. So yeah. I'm gonna put on some pounds, but you know what? Anything for Cannibal Gary, right?
Yeah, that's right. Cannibal Gary, our good friend.
Yeah,
hey, we're 12 minutes into the shit, and all we've done is brought up the title like 5 times.
I mean, it was mostly a rant.
Tangent. This is unironically one of the worst tangents, one of the worst ongoing tangents we've done.
All right.
Can you just imagine someone who's trying to listen to people review a Monster Call in the year 2021, and they listen to like a 10-minute rant, a 6-minute rant about Transformers?
Oh my god! Yeah, that tracks though with us. They know what they're getting into. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read to the audience who's listening, if there is an audience, the Wikipedia article that's provided for the film. So I guess here we go. So, 12-year-old Connor O'Malley has a close bond with his seriously ill mother and maintains the household during her regular chemotherapy treatments at the hospital. Connor's grandmother often visits and suggests that Connor live with her in the event of his mother's death. Connor is reluctant to take up this offer due to her cold personality. At school, he is regularly tormented by his classmate Harry. He is also plagued by a nightmare in which the old church near his house collapses into a hole, where someone else is in danger of plummeting and he tries to hold on to them. Connor vents his emotions by drawing, a talent inherited from his mother. One night, exactly 7 minutes past midnight, he sees the large yew tree next to the church transform into a gnarled monster that approaches his home. The monster says that it will tell Connor 3 stories during their next meetings, after which Connor must tell the monster a 4th tale in return. It also kind of forgets to mention, like if he doesn't tell him, that Connor will fucking die. Real quick. So, in the monster's first story, a prince escapes from his stepmother, the supposedly evil elderly queen, but then kills his sleeping bride under a yew tree and makes the queen the scapegoat so that his people can drive her away and make him king. As Connor's mother worsens, Connor moves in with his grandmother. After he angrily damages her valuable clock, the monster appears and tells the second story. A hard-hearted parson forbids an apothecary from extracting medicine from an old yew tree, only to rescind this measure when his own children become ill. However, the apothecary cannot help him, and the monster begins to destroy the parson's house as punishment. Connor enthusiastically joins in on the destruction, but comes to find that he has trashed his grandmother's living room instead. His grandmother, while shocked and bitter, does not punish Connor. The doctors turn to a final treatment involving yew wood. Connor employs the monster to heal his mother, only for the monster to dismiss the matter as outside of his responsibility. At school, Harry proclaims that he will no longer bother Connor because he no longer sees him. The monster tells the story of an invisible man who didn't want to be so. With the monster's support, Connor angrily attacks Harry, hospitalizing him. To his astonishment, the headmistress refrains from punishing him as she comprehends his current home situation. When it becomes clear that his mother will die, Connor runs to the yew tree, where the monster forces him to relive his nightmare briefly previewed near the beginning of the film, in which his mother is caught in a landslide and daggles for her life off a cliff, holding onto Connor's hand. Connor slowly loses his grip until his mother disappears below the enormous sinkhole in the ground. The monster then controls Connor and repeatedly demands Connor to tell his fourth tale, as it's the only way for him to be set free. Connor pleads not to, claiming that the truth would kill him. Eventually, Connor finally tells his own tale, admitting that he had long suspected his mother would not survive and secretly hoped that she would die soon, and that in his reoccurring nightmares, he subconsciously let go of his mother's hand, which fills him with guilt. The monster commends Connor for his bravery, and tells him that he did not truly want his mother to die, but simply to end his own suffering. Connor's grandmother finds him asleep under the yew tree and drives him to the hospital, during which Connor reconciles with her. At the hospital, Connor embraces his mother one last time, and as she is passing, she glances at the monster. She dies at 7 minutes past midnight. Connor returns to his grandmother's house where his mother's old room is refurbished for him. In the room, he finds his mother's old art book, which depicts the stories that were told to him by the monster and a drawing of his mother as a child with the monster, realizing he was always good. And that's the end of the plot synopsis. Good fucking god, this movie was a goddamn trip. An emotional trip, really. Like, holy shit, dude. Like,
yeah, I was not expecting for the storyline to take this turn, right? But I was, like I said, both of us had no prior knowledge of this movie when going. So I legitimately thought there was like some weird monster fantasy universe movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, right? Like some fantasy universe where a monster exists or some shit, and a kid has to team up with a monster to do something, right? Save the Earth, like some generic fantasy world. Save the kingdom type of setting, right?
Yeah, honestly.
That's what I legitimately thought this movie was going into this movie.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is not that at all. Like, holy shit! Like, this whole thing is a whole fucking like, I guess it's the best way I can think of it is like, it's a good movie to show a kid who is kind of struggling with his own emotions about a recently deceased or dying like relative, you know. And what feelings you might, confront during that. Like, holy fuck, they have like the first two tales, like at least to my understanding, with the prince and like the what do you call it, the parts of the apothecary. Those are all kind of like tales that, like, those two, at least as far as I understand, were like are tales to kind of explain like, yeah, people are kind of fucking complicated as shit, right? And then in the next two tales, the third tale about the Invisible Man and Connor, wanting his pain to end, right? Is those are more directly like more personal. They're a lot more personal, a lot more direct in their telling, right? Because the thing is, what I mentioned is like the first two are kind of like with the prince, it's like, oh yeah, people are complicated, but people who seem like a hard ass, they may be a hard ass, but at least they're not like, they don't betray their beliefs and stuff, that kind of thing, right? That's the thing with the apothecary, which kind of relates to how like Connor is supposed to view his grandmother, because his grandmother is basically kind of the same thing. She's very stern, right? But she cares because she's stern because she cares, that kind of thing, right? And that Connor just kind of views his grandmother as an enemy because he's like, she's trying to take him, away from his mother, if only because it's hard on a kid to kind of fucking.
Kid's not gonna understand. It's like, right?
He's gonna want to be with his grandmother.
There's a lot of stuff that's happening.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is going on. Like, the thing is, like, they show it very clearly in the beginning of the movie where Connor kind of wakes up like early, and he starts doing chores around that. Like, he's grown up at an age where he shouldn't be so grown up, because as it's stated here, he's fucking 12 years old. He shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff, but he is, because his mother is dying. It's a very unfortunate situation for the kid, right? And then. And it's just, I don't expect the amount of complexity that I kind of expected from this movie, because the thing is, you had this whole bully thing, right? And the thing is, I always suspected that with the way the monster was kind of going, that the monster was actually good, but I didn't know it was with the way that, like, things were going, I thought he was gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm here to save you from your bullies, right? That's kind of how I thought it was gonna be in the first place. But instead it's like, no, I'm just here to save you from your pain and helping you to understand and internalize what it is you're feeling, so that you can finally, you know, let go and then move on with your life, which is like,
right,
fucking wild as shit. Because it's just like, and then you go even further with the fact, like, into more complicated stuff where like, oh yeah, Connor, the reason why he lets himself be bullied is because he wants people to notice him, because he feels like so alone and distraught because of the situation that's happening with him. I'm like, that is fucking wild to kind of just see like the kids like, oh, he lets this happen because at least someone's paying attention to him, and it's fucking it makes sense, but it boggles my mind that a film like this would actually explore that, you know?
Right, these are such like these are actually traumatic, like deep themes, right?
Yeah, it's like it actually
explored.
Yeah, it actually explores what a kid might go through when they like experience like someone like a close family member dying, right? It's fucking phenomenal. Like, I didn't expect this to actually happen at all. Like, this film is fucking good as shit. I can't get over the fact that they actually did this, and the cast is actually rather well chosen too. Like, you get I mean, Liam Neeson's kind of like the grandfather, but he appears as the monster, right?
Yeah. Hey, do you think the monster tree is supposed to be an allegory for Jesus?
No.
Hey, you ever get that feeling?
Who told... Look, I swear to God, if you've been watching Zack Snyder's films again, I'm gonna fucking stop you right there and say no, okay?
Wait, you don't think that Liam Neeson providing the voice work of a mythical creature was an allegory for a Jesus Christ character?
Of course not!
Or anything?
Oh my God.
Hold on, I'm gonna see how long it takes me to pick up on the reference, to pick up on the joke. Let me know when you realize it, right?
Alright, cool.
You realize it?
I probably won't, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, right? You haven't picked up on the fact
no, fuck you! Fuck you! God damn it! I just forgot Narnia! Oh my God! I forgot about Narnia. Oh my, I hate you so much. You guys have to lower the audio because I feel like fuck.
Hold on, I'm gonna remember to lower your audio in these fucking videos. I barely remember to edit these videos from time to time as well.
Oh my God.
Look, the fact that this is going up in Spooky Week is an accomplishment of itself and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
but
yeah.
But anyway, and besides with the Jesus,
the allegory.
Allegory of Jesus Christ. Hey, yeah. The monster dealing with as the monster did a really good role. All right, Liam Neeson has such a great voice to do like this creature. Fuck,
He's a tree.
Like this. You know, I know he's a tree, but like the character archetype of like this like a mythical, larger than life creature, right?
Yeah.
Right, like he has that deep comforting, like, oh yeah, like Liam Neeson is voicing someone wise.
Oh yeah, he gives off the sense that he's wise, but he can also be a fucking threat when he wants to be. Especially when considering the scenes when he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking eat you, kid, which is kind of fucking wild as shit. But they chose their actors really well, like like Sigourney Weaver being the strict grandmother, actually, like, because Sigourney kind of portrays that too, with how stern she looks now. Like, it works, you know. You get Felicity Jones, right, who is the mom, who, again, perfect casting where they kind of show like she's very like fragile, you know, that fragile look that they're trying to aim for with someone who's kind of sick, and it's like it just gives off sad vibes. Also with I believe his name is Louis MacDougall, who plays Connor. He plays the role really well. Hold on. I need to see how old he was to see if because he was born 2002. When is it released? 2016.
Yeah.
So he's like 14. Yeah,
9?
he's like 2 years older he's 2 years older than the age he portrays, but he does it really well. He's really good acting. It's like, at no point in the story was I ever annoyed with him, because that's the kind of thing you kind of run. That's the risk you run when it comes to child actors. Here it's kind of like
the worst type of actors.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they've clearly never seen you've clearly never seen The Room if you're gonna say that. But fucking Louis McDougall is well chosen for the role. I never really got annoyed with him, and honestly, a lot of the things that he
he does it really well.
He sells it. He sells it so good. It's like the tears, the anger, that kind of
conflicting emotions that his character is going through.
Yeah, the detachment from other people and how it feels so alone. It works really well. It's actually pretty good. I mean, everyone in the film does really good in terms of acting, honestly, and I haven't seen such a perfectly well done casting in such a long while, you know. The story segments are visual pleasure to see, because it's all mostly it's done with a watercolor effect, and the style is simple enough that it portrays that fairy tale like quality, but there's enough detail within the simple drawings that when they go hard, they go hard. Especially with the fucking the bride dying, which is wild as shit. Anyway, the watercolor palette is done very well. It's a mix of CGI and watercolor palette.
Yeah, I love the story elements. Every time how it has their art style, right? The transition, not the transition, like the way that the stories are told. I love the style that they use in for each of the stories. It's really good.
The only time they don't do that is probably in the last two stories, technically. In the fourth one, it technically does happen, but it's more set in a real life tone because it's his nightmare. But in the third one, it's also set amongst the fact that he's being bullied. And also, fuck that bully, man. That bully's such a bitch. Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Fucking glad he got his shit kicked in. But
that's right. Remember, the only way to defeat childhood bully is to bully the bully. All right.
Yeah, you bully. Right? You become the bully. You'll no longer get bullied.
That's right. You continue the cycle. Some would say.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure the cycle never ends.
But
the cycle must continue.
But I also like how it's like the first two tales were kind of like just there to kind of drive home the fact, hey, people are complicated, and then the last two are like, here are how you are complicated personally, you know, which is actually really good. But what else do we go about this? I don't know what else to really go through. It's very well shot. You do get like a and it's just like you get the fairy tale moments, and the real life moments are actually kind of hard to watch sometimes once you start to gain more of an understanding about the situation, right? I'm trying to think of. Do you have anything else to say? Because I'm drawing blanks here at the moment.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, I love how the story actually ends up being reflective of the real world environment, right? At first, I thought these sorts of like random one-off tales. Right?
Right.
As like you weren't supposed to take them and for like meaning, right? Until you're like, oh wait, hold on, oh no, these are stories with actual morals in relationship to Connor into what he was going through.
No, yeah,
right?
Yeah, because the first, like as I said with the first two stories, they're like people are complicated, but there was like the apothecary and the parson thing was kind of say don't be so flimsy with your beliefs. But also understand that people are complicated as shit, and like even if they seem like mean and evil, they can actually be they can be good people in terms of what they do. Like with his grandmother and everything, that's how they relate to that. And then the invisible man thing, it's a more obvious thing, and then and then the fourth tale is kind of like again everything it relates to his situation as well.
The story they do a good job with these stories and the morals or the thematic message of it, right? And how it relates to Kara is like right? If you like, at first like I said, I legitimately thought they were just random stories the monster was telling. Then I was, oh wait, oh wait, no, these stories are important. These are actually good stories, right? And everything.
Yeah, it's great to see how everything kind of ties in and weaves together. Honestly, it's really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a good film. I can't really I don't know what else to say unless you have anything more to say.
Is that really how it's actually one of the better films I've seen this year. Right.
Yeah, and this one
really glad. I'm so glad we finally found out about this film. Like I actually enjoy watching out this film.
Yeah,
and everything.
4 years after its release, but man, I wish I saw it back in the day. I really do. I'm also kind of sad because I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry, and apparently it basically broke even in terms of the box office, which is kind of sad because I would have liked to have seen this become a success because it really does deserve it because of how well done it is.
Look, it opened up alongside Underworld Blood Wars. All right, the 5th movie of the Underworld series. All right.
What?
Right, starring Kate Beckinsale, alright?
Oh my god. Wait, what other movies were there in 2016 that I think on it?
According to Wikipedia, it opened up alongside Underworld Blood Wars, alright? The only movie you should care about.
Yeah, sure. Let me see what else they have. 2016 in film. Alright, that's what are the highest. Oh, no, yeah, that's Captain America, Rogue One, Finding Dory, Zootopia, and Jungle Book. All Disney, top 5 on in that year.
Then you got yes, media conglomerates once again.
I forgot
our favorite subject, our favorite. The real look. Hey, maybe a monster call should just be called Disney's corporate office. All right, that's the real monster we should call. Disney's corporate office.
Oh my god! Don't worry. I mean, they're getting sued right now, aren't they?
Oh wait, what? Oh, by Scarlett Johansson?
No, I mean that was no. Hold on, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Blizzard Activision, where they're going through a second.
Blizzard's the one that's getting sued. Hey, boy, that Blizzard not looking too good for them.
Yeah, right now. Well, fuck their CEO and fuck the fucking work culture that they have in there.
Hey, yep. It's really bad. Hey, maybe they need a Jesus allegory to come in to tell the 3 tales on what to do next.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's just send them a lion, okay? Let's see what happens.
Just a lion? Just an actual lion?
Let's see a real life lion. We'll see what happens, man.
Just send it to their corporate office.
We look. Here's the thing. We got a lion. We stuffed that lion in an enormous wardrobe. And then mailed that wardrobe to Blizzard and have them open it and see and help them find Jesus that way.
Oh, okay. The line will help them see the light of the light.
Yeah, they'll see something, all right.
Yeah, look, it's a red light, all right, but that light will show them the path.
Oh my god.
Hey, this movie was good. That's all I have to say. I ironically enjoyed watching this movie.
Yep, it is. It's a fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah. Hey. Well, what a great second movie for Spooky Weentober, or where the fuck we call these. Well, we call this thing every year because, as we know, we have no consistency. We change the title of this every single fucking year.
Well, at least hopefully the next 2 are actual horror movies, so we'll see.
Okay, hold on. Maybe.
What's it called? Maybe
the other 2, the remaining movie for this month or horror movies. Who the fuck knows? Like I said, we pick them at random, right? We go into these movies pretty blind.
Oh, you know what I just looked up right now? What? So I looked up the actor. Not the actor.
Okay.
The director is what I mean.
Okay.
So he went from A Monster Calls. We're talking about J.A. Bayona here, if you're not familiar with the director. And he went from A Monster Calls to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
That's
You can tell that was a project that he just was in it for the money. Because everything else, like he did Monster Calls, that was really fucking good. Oh no, he's only working on 2 episodes. But he's also working on the TV show for The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, is he? Oh, that's pretty good.
He's doing 2 episodes, but that's pretty fucking good, honestly.
Hey, that's 2 more episodes than I'm doing for The Lord of the Rings, alright?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's
2 more episodes than we're doing. Hey, stay tuned next week when we talk about The Hobbit for Spooky-tober.
No, God, no, please.
Okay. Alright, that's it. Coronavirus is still a thing. Watch, that's how we're ending. We're ending it with The Hobbit, alright?
Sure.
Hey, stay tuned for what we just talked about The Hobbit 2 instead. Not The Hobbit 1.
No!
We just skip it straight go to The Hobbit 2.
No!
The real horror.
Oh my God.
Alright, coronavirus is still a thing. Watch it as wear a mask. Get your fucking shots. Okay, thanks, bye.